Good morning, everyone. You have a good Thanksgiving? My family didn't kill each other, thanks be to God. All right. Mike was very low-key. We were just down in Oceanside, and it was nice. So here we are, Advent once again. And let's be honest, this month of December is very busy, is it not? Extremely busy. And one of the things that I love to do to kind of slow myself down during December is I love watching Christmas movies. And I think we all have our favorite Christmas movies, do we not? But my favorite Christmas movies are Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. Love those movies. I can watch those almost every day and I still laugh. And you've seen those movies, have you not? Very familiar with them. And why I think Home Alone is so appealing to all of us is in the first 20 minutes in both of those movies, there's nothing but chaos. And I often think of what our families go through during December, particularly you parents who are pulled in so many different directions, and your kids are so busy with many activities, sporting events, choir events, school events, scouting events, family obligations. And it's normal to feel like there's not enough time in the day, is there not? And it's normal to be anxious. So in Home Alone, what happens? The adults are so worried about the details and so focused about making everything perfect, but not once, but twice, what happens? They lose Kevin, right? The son. So what I want for us this Advent is for none of us to lose Jesus. Because it's very easy for us to get caught up in the busyness of the season. Because Advent is a period of preparation. It's actually a season given to us every year. It's asking us to slow down. But the world is telling us to speed up. So how do we deal with that as disciples? Because the reality is we do have obligations. And we have to go places. So first of all, I'm here to tell you, particularly you moms out there, okay? It's okay to say no once in a while. It's okay to say no. It's okay to slow down this month. You do not have to go to every single thing that you're invited to, okay? Some of you asked, how was your Thanksgiving? And some of you were like, I drove to 3 different places. Right? And you're looking at me like, Father, you're telling me to slow down, but you got to deal with my mother-in-law, right? So you're going to have many invitations. So I encourage you at least one night of the week to replace the busyness of the season with just being with people that you love in your own home. And if you do that this Advent, you will be preparing for Jesus once again. You know, one of my favorite Christmas songs is Silent Night. But let's be honest, we don't take time for silence very often, do we? So I encourage us this Advent, even before you get out of bed or at night, just to spend 5 minutes in silence and allow Jesus to talk to you, to embrace you, to let him communicate to you what you need to hear. Silence is such a gift to all of us, but we're not doing it as much as we should. Whose birthday are we preparing for? What's his name? Oh, that's pathetic. That's really bad. I mean, if I got evaluated in my parishioners right now, I'd fail. Whose birthday are we preparing for? Jesus. Much better. I'm in the A category again. So it's interesting. We spend a lot of time, although I have to admit, Black Friday is boring compared to when I grew up. People aren't even fighting anymore, right? Remember the Cabbage Patch Kids of the 80s? Everybody was grabbing stuff. Now it's so calm, right? But a lot of people go shopping this time of year. Because we love people. We give them gifts. But if it's somebody's birthday, we need to give that person a gift. So what are some gifts that we could give Jesus this season? Going to confession, praying the rosary, lighting your Advent wreath as a family, going to adoration. Maybe you're going to donate to a charity. You're going to read the nativity story together as a family. So if Christmas comes and goes and we haven't given a gift to the birthday boy, we're doing Advent wrong. And finally, in this first Sunday of Advent, we're reminded that Jesus faced rejection in his life. He often felt alone and isolated. While Mary and Joseph were traveling to find somewhere, many people didn't want to host the Holy Family. So I encourage every single one of us right now to think of somebody that needs to be reached out to this Advent. An elderly family member or neighbor, maybe a parishioner, a co-worker, a family member. So let's pause right now to think of one person that you're going to reach out to during the month of December. How much of a difference are you going to make in that person's life? By just letting them know that they're loved, that somebody notices them, that you give them that attention that they need. So our gospel warns us that sometimes we're so distracted with things that don't matter. So if you have the best decorated house and the best food in the world, but by Christmas night your family hates each other and not speaking to each other, I say have a messy house and enjoy each other just a little bit more. So Advent is a new beginning, and it's a new season to focus on what is important. So I encourage all of us this season to slow down just a little bit, to enjoy each other's company, to work on your prayer life, and embrace silence when you could take it. So let's just bow our heads right now. And as we begin this Advent season, what gift are you going to give Jesus this year? What are you going to do differently so that when Christmas comes, you will say, "Yes, Lord, I have truly prepared for your birthday"?